Welcome to this special episode of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. Today I have a young group of people called the Millennials, and they have kindly taken the time and the trouble to come and be on the show.
Hi, I'm Elvina.
Hi, I'm Xavier.
Hi, I'm Rashawn.
I'm Lydia.
Hi, I'm Tejong.
Okay, my first question. What do you love about our country?
We're like away from all the natural disasters. You don't have to worry about earthquakes. Don't have to worry about like any form of natural disaster. So I feel that we are actually quite safe.
You can
Yeah,
jump
I
in.
really like the food. We got some food here.
Stop eating.
You finished the whole plate, by the way, before
There's a lot of good food in Singapore. A lot of local delicacies.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's cheap compared to like the rest of the world. It's great.
I think that Singapore is a country that we can be proud of because like there has been a great change in the last 50 over years, like from a not so wealthy country like in a third world country and stuff like that to now we are like a first world country for billions and billions of dollars of reserves. Not sure whether that's a good or bad thing, but it's something that we are proud of, I guess. Good management.
For me, I like how everything's really accessible. About 5-10 minutes, you have a station, you have a mall, you have multiple means of transport to go anywhere you want with no hindrance at all.
Yeah, and safety. Like, as a girl, I think it's really very important.
Yeah.
Like, if we go out late at night, if we study late, and we have to go home alone.
You know what I love about my country? My father came as a poor little Indian in 1920, and 29 years later, when I was born, he's one of the richest landowners in this country. The country allowed anyone to make it. Now, what do you hate about the country?
I feel like the cost of living is very high.
Cost of living?
Yeah, so like as millennials, right, we need to start thinking of the future. So we need to plan like, what car you want to buy, what house you want to get, and stuff like that actually gives us a lot of stress. Like we need to think of all the money, and money, so it's just all about money.
It's theoretically impossible for a generation like ours to get a house here.
But the HDB said if you earn $1,000, you can buy a HDB flat, right? Isn't it true? Well, I hope Minister Lawrence Wong is watching this show, and Taman Shaburgaratnam, who said if you earn $1,000, you can buy a HDB flat.
To own a house and a car, it's both very expensive. Like,
Yeah.
Singapore is like one of the most highest prices for purchasing a car, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's like, well, okay, it's a bad and good point because they are controlling the cars because it is very congested in the country right now, and they do have accessibility in terms of like our public transport is good.
But why do you need a car if you say public transport is so good?
I would think like, for me personally, like, I would feel like in future if I were to have children and my own family, I would need to carry a lot of things. I need accessibility in terms of like my pram, my milk powder. I don't know, I'm not a mother yet, so I'm assuming like there will be a lot of things for me to carry, especially if my husband's working. I'm going to be a loner, so I would feel like a car is better for me.
I think there should be a little bit more empathy in Singapore. Like I see all those cardboard aunties like wiping tables, stuff like that. Like I see the homeless elderly in Chinatown sleeping there, and like I mean I read some articles about how like our country is a little bit more like, oh, you have to work for what you're worth lah. But like I feel that there's some people in society who are being neglected because we are like a workaholic country, so to speak.
Have you ever asked these old ladies and old men who's clearing cardboard, clearing tables, why are they doing it?
I mean, I've only talked to like one cleaning table auntie, so I think that's not representative of the entire cleaning auntie populace. But the thing is that she told me that, oh, my sons and daughters only give me very little, mom. I need like to clean table to support myself, and I already like got this problem, that problem, medical bill, blah 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 blah, like the usual lah. I mean, she's be able to survive, but barely surviving, and her children are not exactly that rich also. I don't know why, but like yeah, it's quite sad lah.
But you said our country is a very rich country just now earlier, right?
That's the thing, lack of empathy, I guess. Like there's we pride ourselves as being a very rich country, but this money isn't reaching the lowest rung of society, and that is a problem. As opposed to welfare states. I mean, myself, I strongly support like a welfare state, even though taxes might be higher.
Roshan.
I know this is something we can't change, but I wish Singapore had like 4 seasons or it was cooler. It's too hot.
I
like-
also
I agree with you on that.
want.
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to see change to make it a better country?
Living conditions, welfare, as per what Tertong mentioned, taking care of those that are actually in more financial need by, not going to mention people, but specific people high up in the tier level of the political arena. And I guess, for me myself, it's best if you are put in the situation, throw them in for let's say half a year, let them experience it, let them know how it hurts to be in that position, let them change their life for the better.
So we should send our Prime Minister and his bunch of merry men and merry women
Yeah, sure.
to clean tables.
Those dandelions and all.
The government should have more accountability for their decisions made in regards to like money and everything. Even the recent incidents, they just said sorry and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
but like also on
What
the,
incident?
like for example the HIV leak, but
Mm.
MOH.
Yeah.
I mean yeah they apologized, but like an apology is not going to help those HIV positive individuals. They are suffering so much, and then this data leak happens, and then all you're going to say is, oh, I'm sorry, contact them already, tell them already, like at least do something else, like try to support their medical expenses some more so that they have less on their mind. But no, nothing like this happening. So, but I mean like this happens because why does all this thing happen? It's because like we as ordinary citizens, we are afraid of speaking out, I guess. Like even as I'm speaking now, I'm like filtering like through what I'm saying very carefully so that there wouldn't be any like lawsuit or something against me. Yeah, like it's like that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean like if there's a more open society and the government allows this more open society, sometimes you're going to hear a lot of like, oh my god, why like that? I hate for example Donald Trump, blah 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 blah. But like at least they get like a chance to express their opinions, and the government is able to actually hear what is coming from the ground, and not like surrounded by a bunch of minions. Yes, yes, yes. You know, all a bunch of yes men. Yes, yes, yes. Beep boop, beep boop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I've got a chance to meet you young people, I'd like to ask your opinion on what do you hate about Singaporeans?
Wow.
You know Singaporeans, those two-legged creatures who are walking around our island?
Yeah, that's us too, you know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like sometimes when you see the old auntie there or old uncle there like, staring at you or glaring at you and making you look damn bad and say, excuse me, I want to sit. Then like you wish you were like
Don't you immediately think of giving up your seat when you see an older person?
there's a lot of processes going through my brain when I see an old person. How old is she? If she's as old as you, then no need because you're quite young. You're very young and strong. But when when I see a very old one, like very shriveled, like with a walking stick, then but if it's something like barely 50s and 60s and like quite strong, like
Able-bodied.
I'm trying to understand how you millennials
Right.
look at that kind of simple thing that where my generation will immediately jump up and offer a chair to an older person.
For
I mean,
you
for
to
myself,
decide-
I'll just do it.
Like if like it's a younger person but the person is obviously weak looking, of course I'll give it
Yeah.
to her. But if it's like a very able-bodied, like 60-year-old who is staring at you, then of course not.
No, but there's always
How is
this
she
occasion.
able-bodied at 60? I don't understand that.
Can be
My mom is
healthy.
67, she's very, very able-bodied. Very.
I mean,
So
there
you
are such
wouldn't-
situations lah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't give a seat up for your mom?
No.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding. I think that's not. Yeah, you won't.
He's just in a different zone, okay, guys.
Yeah.
What pisses me off about Singaporeans is how they look at the identity of the person before they react to the situation. So, best example, the death of Aloysius Pang. Sadly, he's gone. We're all sorry about that. But compare it to the death of other NS men. How was it handled by the public itself? For the death of Aloysius Pang, there was public made montages. A lot of memories, a lot of people claiming, oh, so sad for the family, this and that. But what about the death of other NS men? How long did it last? 3 days cap. Aloysius Pang, it went off for about, slightly more than a week. So,
Yeah.
this actually pisses me off. Everyone's an equal. It doesn't matter where you're, an actor, you're an bloody rich asshole or whatever. You guys are all equal. 6 feet under is where you're gonna go.
But I think that is not bad in the sense that if you are more popular, of course, more people.
Yeah, that's universal.
Yeah, that's
I
universal.
know,
It's
but
not because of
how
you
do I-
know. Like when Lee Kuan Yew died, everybody lined up on the street to say bye bye to him. What? That's expected, right? If he's good and people don't line up, I think then we have a problem. Or if he's bad and people line up, then I think we have a problem.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
You know, you guys have made me wish I'm young again. Thank you for being on the show, and thank you for taking your time. And I know you lead busy lives, and have a great life ahead.
Yeah.
Yay.